Hello friends, how are you? Welcome back to Change Your Life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of US state $quarter coins, where ordinary-looking coins can sometimes hide extraordinary stories, unusual minting varieties, and surprising collector interest. In this video, we're taking a closer look at 3 state quarter coins from 2017D, 2018D, and 2020. We'll explore their history, designs, mint marks, condition, color, and appearance, and the factors that can make certain examples more interesting to collectors. And here's the exciting part. Some coins that look completely ordinary at first glance may become much more interesting when you discover an authentic minting error, unusual variety, or exceptional condition. So before you spend clean or throw away that old quarter, stop, take a close look at it. Check the date, mint mark, lettering, design details, and overall condition. Because you never know what might be hiding in your pocket change. Our first coin is coming up right now, and you definitely don't want to miss it. First coin, welcome back to Change Your Life. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of American $quarter coins, and our first coin is the 2017 D Washington quarter. Now, before we get into the exciting part, there is one very important fact every collector needs to understand. A normal 2017 D quarter is not $1 million silver coin, and simply having a D mint mark does not automatically make it rare. The 2017 D circulation quarter was a regular clad coin, while the 2017 silver-proof quarters were special collector coins produced with a different mint mark and sold as part of a silver-proof set. So why are collectors still interested in a coin that many people might find in everyday change? The answer is the story behind the coin, its design, its condition, and the possibility of unusual minting characteristics. The America the Beautiful Quarters program produced different designs honoring important American national sites, with George Washington remaining on the obverse. The program ultimately included 56 different quarter designs between 2010 and 2021, making these coins an important chapter in modern American coin history. When you hold a 2017 D quarter in your hand, start by looking at the front. You should see the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design that has appeared on US quarters since 1932. Then turn the coin over and study the reverse design carefully. Depending on the particular 2017 issue, the reverse represents one of the locations honored that year. This is where your coin searching adventure begins, because collectors don't simply look at the date. They examine the entire coin. Now look closely beneath the portrait of Washington. That small D is the mint mark for the Denver Mint. It tells you where the coin was struck. But remember this, a mint mark is only one piece of the puzzle. The date, mint mark, condition, strike quality, possible variety, and authentic minting error all have to be considered before anyone can make a serious estimate of value. And this is where things become interesting. Imagine finding an old, dirty 2017 D quarter in a box, drawer, jar, or pocket. It may have scratches, dark spots, discoloration, fingerprints, or strange-looking surfaces. You might think it is worthless, but instead of immediately spending it, take a closer look. Sometimes what appears to be unusual can simply be environmental damage, staining, circulation wear, or chemical discoloration. Other times, a coin can have a genuine mint-made error or variety that deserves professional examination. But there is another huge warning I want every viewer to remember. Do not clean the coin. Cleaning, polishing, rubbing, scratching, or using chemicals can permanently damage the original surface and may reduce collector appeal. If you believe your quarter has something unusual, preserve it exactly as you found it, and consider having it examined by a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. Now let's talk about the word that gets everyone's attention, silver. You may see videos or advertisements claiming that modern 2017 quarters are automatically silver and worth thousands or even millions of dollars. That is not how the US Mint's modern circulation quarters work. The standard circulation 2017 D quarter is not a 90% silver quarter. The US Mint silver-proof program was separate, and the 2017 silver-proof quarters were made from 90% silver and 10% copper and carried an S Mint mark from San Francisco. That distinction is extremely important. If your 2017 quarter has a D Mint mark, you should not assume that it contains silver simply because the coin looks shiny, dark, golden, reddish, or unusually colored. Color alone does not prove silver content. A coin can change appearance because of circulation, storage, environmental exposure, tunning, or other surface effects. Now let's get to the question everybody wants answered. What is a 2017 D Washington quarter worth today? For an ordinary circulated example, the starting point is generally its face value of 25 cents. That means you should not expect an ordinary worn 2017 D quarter to suddenly be worth thousands or millions of dollars. However, exceptional coins can be different. Coins with genuine mint errors, unusual varieties, or extraordinary certified grades can attract significantly more attention from collectors. Auction records for other modern Washington quarters demonstrate that exceptionally high-grade or unusual examples can sometimes bring substantial premiums, but those results should never be confused with the value of every ordinary coin from the same year. This is why condition matters so much. A heavily circulated quarter with scratches and damage is a completely different collecting proposition from an exceptionally preserved coin with sharp details, strong luster, and excellent surfaces. Professional grading can also make a major difference when a coin is genuinely scarce or unusual. Now imagine you discover something that looks like a missing design element, an unusual doubling, a strange strike, an off-center appearance, or another feature that doesn't look normal. Don't immediately declare it a $1 million error. First, compare it carefully with normal examples and get professional confirmation. Genuine mint errors are real, and extremely unusual errors can be valuable, but the market value depends on the exact error, rarity, condition, authenticity, and collector demand. PCGS has documented genuinely rare Washington quarter errors, showing why authentication is so important in this hobby. And this brings us to one of the biggest lessons in coin collecting. The story is not simply old coin equals expensive coin. A modern coin can be interesting, but age alone doesn't determine value. A common coin can remain common even decades later, while a rare error or exceptional specimen can become highly desirable. So if you have a 2017 D Washington quarter sitting in your collection, don't panic and don't throw it away. Turn it over, examine the date, find the mint mark, study both sides under good lighting. Look at the rim, lettering, portrait, reverse design, and surfaces. Check for genuine mint-made abnormalities rather than damage that happened after the coin left the mint. And if the coin is dirty, resist the temptation to make it shine. Leave it alone. A professional can evaluate it in its original condition far better than a homemade cleaning job can. Most importantly, never believe a claim that your ordinary 2017 D quarter is automatically worth millions of dollars just because somebody posted a shocking number online. Real coin values are established through factors such as rarity, condition, authenticity, varieties, errors, and actual collector demand. Professional auction records can be useful evidence, but one extraordinary sale does not mean every similar-looking coin has the same value. So could a 2017 D Washington quarter be interesting? Absolutely. Could a completely ordinary example make you a billionaire overnight? No, but could an unusual, authenticated mint error or exceptionally rare specimen deserve serious attention? That's where the real treasure hunt begins. And that is exactly why you should never judge a coin only by its appearance. The next time you receive a quarter in your change, slow down for a few seconds and look closely. That small piece of American history may not be a fortune, but learning how to identify what makes a coin special could turn an ordinary hobby into an incredible collecting journey. This is Change Your Life, and remember, before you spend that quarter, check it carefully. You never know what story it might be carrying. Second coin, welcome back to Change Your Life. Today we are going straight into the fascinating world of American quarter-dollar coins, and our first coin is the 2018 D Washington America, the beautiful quarter. At first glance, this coin may look like an ordinary quarter that you could easily spend without thinking twice. But before you put one back into your pocket or throw one into a jar, take a closer look, because the date, the Denver mint mark, the condition, and especially any genuine mint-made error can completely change the collecting story. The first thing you need to know is that a normal 2018 D quarter is not a $1 million silver coin. The regular 2018 D circulation quarters were made with a copper-nickel outer layer over a copper center, not the traditional 90% silver composition used on older pre-1965 Washington quarters. PCGS records the 2018 D Voyageurs National Park quarter, for example, as 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper center. So if someone tells you that every 2018 D quarter is made of silver and automatically worth thousands or millions, be very careful. That claim is not accurate, but that does not mean your 2018 D quarter is useless. Far from it. Modern quarters can become collectible because of condition, scarcity, varieties, errors, and demand. And that is where the real treasure hunt begins. Look at the front of your coin. You will see the famous portrait of George Washington, along with the inscriptions identifying the denomination and the United States. Now turn the coin over. Your reverse design will depend on which 2018 America, the beautiful quarter you have. These designs were created to celebrate important American national parks and historic locations, turning ordinary pocket change into a traveling collection of American history. Now look carefully for the small D mint mark. That letter tells you that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. But remember this important rule: the D mint mark alone does not make a coin rare. Millions of 2018 D quarters were produced for circulation. For example, PCGS lists a mintage of 197.8 million for the 2018 D Voyageurs National Park quarter. That means the ordinary example you find in circulation generally isn't a hidden fortune. So where can the excitement come from? Imagine you find a 2018 D quarter that looks dramatically different from the normal examples. Maybe the strike appears unusual. Maybe part of the design seems missing. Maybe the coin appears off-center. Maybe you notice an unusual doubling or another feature that looks like it happened during the manufacturing process. Now you have something worth investigating, but there is a huge difference between a real mint error and ordinary damage. A coin that was scratched by another object, flattened in machinery after leaving the mint, exposed to chemicals, stained by its environment, or damaged by someone trying to clean it is not automatically a valuable mint error. This distinction is one of the most important lessons for anyone searching for rare coins, and if your 2018 D quarter is dirty, dark brown, golden, reddish, or has unusual color shades, please do not rush to clean it. Strange color does not prove that a coin is silver or rare. Cleaning can damage the original surface and make the coin less desirable to collectors. If something genuinely unusual catches your eye, preserve the coin exactly as you found it and have it examined by someone experienced in error coins. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where an ordinary quarter can become much more interesting. A heavily circulated coin can have scratches, contact marks, worn details, and dull surfaces. But an exceptionally preserved coin with sharp details and very few marks can attract serious collector attention. The difference between an ordinary circulated quarter and a top-grade certified specimen can sometimes be dramatic. We can see this from actual market records. PCGS records a 2018 D Voyageurs National Park quarter, graded MS-68, that sold for $1,495 in 2020. Another 2018 D Voyageurs example in MS-68 is recorded at $595, demonstrating something important. Even coins with the same date and mint mark can have very different market results depending on grade, certification, and the exact circumstances of the sale. There are also examples from other 2018 D designs showing strong premiums for exceptional condition. A 2018 D Apostle Islands National Lakeshore quarter graded MS-68 was recorded at about $229 in an auction listing. These numbers are exciting, but don't misunderstand them. They do not mean every 2018 D quarter is worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. They represent particular high-grade examples, not normal pocket change. So what is your 2018 D quarter worth today? For an ordinary circulated example, the realistic starting point is generally its 25-cent face value. If it is unusually well preserved, professionally certified at a very high grade, or has a genuine and desirable mint error, the value can rise significantly. The exact value depends on the specific reverse design, grade, error or variety, authenticity, and current collector demand. And this is why you should never sell a coin simply because someone gives you a shocking number from an internet video. Real market research should involve comparable sales, and for valuable coins, professional authentication. PCGS itself explains that auction price information is useful for judging the market, and that actual sale records should be checked before making buying or selling decisions. Now imagine finding one of these coins in an old collection, a forgotten drawer, or a jar of change. Pick it up and notice the 2018 date, then you see the D mint mark. You turn it over and recognize one of the America the Beautiful designs. At that moment don't think, I found $1 million coin. Instead think, I found a coin that deserves a closer look. That mindset is what separates responsible collectors from people who believe every unusual-looking coin is automatically a fortune. Check the rim, check the lettering, check Washington's portrait, study the reverse design. Look for genuine abnormalities that appear to be part of the striking process. Compare the coin with a normal example. And most importantly, don't alter the coin while you're investigating it. The biggest mistake you can make is cleaning a potentially valuable coin because you want it to look shiny. A coin's original surface can be important to its condition and desirability. Let a qualified professional determine whether the appearance is natural tunning, environmental damage, circulation damage, or something genuinely unusual. So, could a 2018 D Washington quarter make you a billionaire overnight? No. There is no reliable basis for claiming that an ordinary 2018 D quarter is worth millions of dollars. But could a rare, authenticated error or an exceptionally high-grade specimen be worth far more than face value? Absolutely. And that's exactly why coin collecting remains so fascinating. The real treasure isn't simply the dream of finding millions. The real treasure is learning how to recognize what makes a coin genuinely rare, so the next time you receive a 2018 D quarter, don't immediately spend it. Take a few seconds, look closely, check the date, find the D mint mark, study the surfaces, and if something looks truly unusual, protect the coin and get it professionally examined. Because sometimes the most interesting discoveries don't announce themselves with a giant price tag. Sometimes they are sitting quietly in your pocket, waiting for someone to look closely enough to notice. This is Change Your Life, and remember, don't judge a coin by its face value alone. Learn the story, check the details, and know what you actually have before you sell it. Tired and Fannel Coin, welcome back, friends, to Change Your Life. Today we are diving into another fascinating American coin, and this time we are looking closely at the 2020p Washington America, the beautiful quarter. At first glance, this little coin may look like nothing more than 25 cents, but if you are a serious coin hunter, you already know that the date, mint mark, condition, design, and unusual characteristics can make a coin much more interesting. So before you spend that 2020p quarter, stay with me, because we are going to uncover what this coin really is, what makes it collectible, whether it is actually silver, and what it can realistically be worth in today's market. The first thing we need to clear up is the word silver. A normal 2020p circulating quarter is not a traditional silver quarter. The regular America, the beautiful circulation quarters, were made from copper-nickel-clad metal. The U.S. Mint also produced separate 2020 silver-proof quarters and 5-ounce silver collector and bullion coins, but those are different products. The 2020 silver-proof quarters were struck in 99.9% silver at San Francisco, while the special 5-ounce silver coins were also separate products. That distinction is extremely important because a shiny, dark, golden, reddish, or strangely colored 2020p quarter should not automatically be called a silver coin. Color alone cannot prove silver content. If your coin looks unusual, the safest approach is to examine it carefully, and if necessary, have it professionally tested or authenticated, rather than believing a dramatic claim based only on appearance. Now let's talk about the history. The 2020 quarters were part of the famous America, the Beautiful Quarters program, a huge United States mint program that ran from 2010 through 2021 and eventually featured 56 different quarter designs honoring national parks and other important national sites. The 5 2020 designs represented American Samoa, Weir Farm in Connecticut, Salt River Bay in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Marsh Billings Rockefeller in Vermont, and Tallgrass Prairie in Kansas. When you look at the obverse, you see the familiar portrait of George Washington. This portrait goes back to the famous design by sculptor John Flanagan. The inscriptions include United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and $2. On a 2020p coin, the small P mint mark identifies Philadelphia as the mint where the coin was struck. But here is where the treasure hunt begins. The letter P does not automatically mean rare. Millions of ordinary coins can carry the same mint mark. What matters is the entire coin. You need to examine the specific reverse design, the condition, the strike, the surfaces, and whether there is a genuine mint-made error or unusual variety. Imagine finding a 2020p quarter in an old jar. It is dirty, the surface looks dark, maybe it has strange color around the lettering. You might immediately think, this must be the $1 million coin, but slow down. Dirt, staining, environmental discoloration, scratches, and chemical reactions can create unusual appearances without making the coin rare. This is also why I strongly recommend never cleaning a potentially collectible coin. Do not polish it, do not rub it with a cloth, do not use chemicals, do not try to make it shine. A coin's original surface can be important to its collector value, and cleaning can permanently damage that surface. Now let's discuss what can actually make a 2020p quarter valuable. One possibility is an authentic mint error. If a coin was improperly struck or has a legitimate production error, collectors may become interested. But there is a major difference between a mint error and damage that happened after the coin left the mint. A scratch, dent, discoloration, flattened edge, or other damage is not automatically an error. Condition is another major factor. A heavily circulated 2020p quarter can show scratches, contact marks, worn surfaces, and dullness. But a superbly preserved example with strong details, attractive surfaces, and an exceptionally high certified grade can be much more desirable. In fact, PCGS records a 2020p Salt River Bay National Historical Park, an ecological preserve quarter, with a reported mintage of $2 million and an MS-68 auction record of $300. Now stop for a moment and think about what that means. A coin with a face value of only 25 cents can sometimes sell for far more when it is an exceptional certified specimen, but that does not mean every 2020p quarter is worth hundreds of dollars. A normal circulated coin and a top-grade certified coin are two completely different things. The market value of your particular 2020 P quarter depends on exactly which 2020 design you have. The condition matters, the grade matters, a genuine mint error can matter, the level of collector demand matters, and if someone claims that an ordinary 2020 P quarter is automatically worth millions of dollars, you should be extremely skeptical. The United States Mint itself confirms that the regular 2020 circulating quarters were produced by both Philadelphia and Denver, while San Francisco produced coins for certain collector products. The Mint's 2020 circulating set contained 5 Philadelphia quarters and 5 Denver quarters, representing the 5 designs released that year. And there is another fascinating piece of history. Alongside the normal $quarter coins, the Mint produced special 5-ounce silver versions of the America the Beautiful designs. These were genuine 99.9% silver products, much larger than a normal quarter, and with a nominal face value of only 25 cents. The Mint explains that these silver coins were investment-grade bullion or collector products, and were sold at prices reflecting their silver content and premiums. So if someone shows you a huge silver America the Beautiful coin and calls it a 2020 P quarter, be careful. A 5-ounce silver America the Beautiful coin is not the same thing as an ordinary 2020 P circulation quarter sitting in your pocket. Now let's return to the coin you may actually have. Turn it over and identify the reverse design. Look at the date, look for the P Mint mark, examine the rim and lettering, study Washington's portrait, look closely at the surface under good lighting. If you notice something that appears unusual, compare it with a normal example before jumping to conclusions. And remember this golden rule of coin collecting. The story is more important than the hype. A coin does not become valuable simply because someone puts a giant dollar figure in a video title. Real value comes from rarity, condition, authenticity, errors or varieties, and what collectors are actually willing to pay. So what is the 2020 P Washington quarter worth today? If you have an ordinary circulated example, its basic value is generally 25 cents. If you have a high-grade example, a verified mint error, or another genuinely scarce characteristic, the value can rise. Exceptional certified coins can bring significant premiums, as the documented MS-68 Salt River Bay example demonstrates. Could an ordinary 2020 P quarter make you a billionaire overnight? No, there is no reliable reason to claim that every 2020 P quarter is worth millions. But could a special coin deserve a much closer examination than its 25-cent face value suggests? Absolutely. That is the real excitement of coin hunting. You are not simply looking for a magical lottery ticket. You are searching for history, unusual production characteristics, exceptional preservation, and coins that tell a story. So before you spend that 2020 P quarter, take a second look. Don't clean it, don't scratch it. Don't assume that strange color means silver. Don't assume the P Mint mark means millions. Instead, learn what you have, identify the exact design, examine the condition, and get professional authentication if you believe you have something genuinely unusual. Because sometimes the greatest discovery isn't the coin that someone claims is worth $1 million. Sometimes the real discovery is learning how to recognize a truly special coin when everyone else sees nothing more than 25 cents. This is Change Your Life, and remember, check your coins carefully, protect what you find, and never sell a potentially valuable coin before you know exactly what you're holding.